Budget debates began. Go Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. The debate for the 2023 national budget has started this morning in the National Rum Shop, 1 week after the presentation of the $781.9 billion budget, which focuses heavily on infrastructural works and development. The government has been defending the budget, describing it as one that will transform lives, communities, and the country. The opposition has criticized the budget, arguing that it does not cater enough to the rising cost of living and the nation's high inflation rate. The opposition has called for more measures to be implemented by the government that would see all citizens benefiting, and has accused the government of spending the budget on family, friends, and favorites. 2 women were pulled from Feather Beach in Lima Sands on the Essequibo coast on Sunday after they were reported missing. The dead women are 25-year-old Kawati Lalbachan and 24-year-old Akisha Tyrell. The women were among family members who visited a popular location in Lima Sands. However, after some time in the water, the women were not seen and an alarm was raised. After hours of searching, one of the women was found, and shortly after the other one was found also in the water. They were both rushed to the Surrey Public Hospital, where they were pronounced dead on arrival. Opposition GCOM Commissioner Vincent Alexander has filed a notice of motion for an extension of time to file another appeal against a $2.5 million judgment against him in the Vishnu Prasad defamation case. But this application was also dismissed last week. A panel of judges at the Court of Appeal refused the motion on the basis that the application was filed almost 2 years late and that the appeal had no merit. In August of 2020, the High Court had ordered Alexander, the Guyana National Newspapers Limited, and its former editor-in-chief, Nigel Williams, to pay a total of $4.3 million to Vishnu Prasad for defamatory statements. On a related note, the chairman of GCOM, Justice Claudette Singh, clarified her position regarding an operations coordinator appointment. In a statement, GCOM stated that IT officer Anil Giddings was seconded to the new position at the request of the chief elections officer, Vishnu Prasad. The position is temporary, and it was not creating any new position or making an appointment, and that there is precedent of staff having been seconded without the knowledge and approval of the commission. The CEO had requested a senior officer to assist with the day-to-day implementation and evaluation of the statutory and administrative tasks outlined in the work plan for the conduct of local government elections. The position of Deputy Chief Elections Officer is currently vacant, and GCOM has not announced when it will appoint a DCEO. Labour Minister Joseph Hamilton announced that the government would take steps to dissolve cooperative societies that have not been cultivating lands for a long time. They didn't specify how long a long time was, but nevertheless that is what they're doing. He said that the government wants to make those lands productive as part of the government's food security and agriculture expansion thrust. He said that the Labour Ministry, which is responsible for the regulation of co-ops, has already started information gathering. Opposition Rum Shop member Amanza Walton Desir condemned the government's plan to dissolve cooperative societies that are not cultivating, stating that it is a pattern of dispossessing people of a certain ethnicity who have land.
It's a new year. How about you make your truck run like new with Powered Automotive? Powered Automotive had truck parts and spares from all the major brands you know and love at prices you won't find anywhere else. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. All Uncut News viewers can get 10% off all orders made on GT Eats up until January 31st. The NIS has reduced its backlog of claims by nearly half in 2 years, according to Minister Ashni Singh. During his presentation of Budget 2023, Singh said, as of August 2020, the backlog of claims outstanding and on query was 20,106. It is encouraging that as of December of 2022, the backlog was reduced to 10,902. The NIS was also able to resolve over 1 million invalid numbers in the database in 2022. Wow, we don't even have 1 million people. Wow. Anyway, the government has been proactive in its support of the agency and has urged the newly appointed board to prioritize resolving the backlog of long outstanding matters, addressing deficiencies in systems, and implementing programs to improve compliance by delinquent employers. So they want them to actually perform miracles. Oh my. The $17 million libel suit filed by Assistant Commissioner of Police Calvin Brutus against former chairman of the Police Service Commission Paul Slowe was dismissed in the High Court. The suit was filed by Brutus for damages in excess of $60 million, in addition to $10 million for aggravated and exemplary damages as a result of defamatory statements reportedly made by Slowe between November 22, 2021 and January 12, 2022. The case was dismissed due to the failure of the claimants to file their witness statements and the failure of the claimants to seek permission for an extension. On Friday, Guyana announced the discovery of 4.23 pounds of cannabis in a box shipped from the USA at Munishwa Shipping Limited on January 20th. Guyana officers were contacted and arrived at the scene to conduct additional searches before taking possession of the box. Although I'm surprised to hear of weed coming in, I thought it went the other way out. Meanwhile, a 55-year-old gold miner from Victory Valley, Wismalinden, was caught with 32.8 pounds of cannabis by officers on patrol from the Ituni police station. A search of the man's car's trunk uncovered a black garbage bag containing the weed. The man reportedly told the police that it wasn't his, he was merely paid to transport it. Regardless, he's currently in police custody facing possible drug trafficking charges. Because even if it isn't yours, even carrying it is a crime. Georgetown Mayor Ubraj Narayan has criticized the central government for undertaking municipal works without input from the city council, stating that this has affected the welfare and well-being of citizens, communities, and the city as a whole. He claims that the government is trying to give the impression that the city council is incapable of fulfilling its statutory obligations, and that the government's actions have shown zero regard for the importance of local governments and local democratic organs. He cited examples of governments undertaking of municipal works, such as road construction, repairs and desilting drainage and community bridges, cleaning parapets, and repairs to recreational facilities, and said that the government is making serious mistakes and missteps negatively affecting lives and compromising the value of properties and residents in the city. He really said a mouthful. But he also said that the government should follow necessary protocols and not overreach into areas administered by the council. Now for today's oil update. The president has warned that the Caribbean region's future will still depend heavily on fossil fuels and natural gas, despite a global push to reduce carbon emissions and invest in renewable energy. He made the comments at the Trinidad and Tobago Energy Conference 2023, pointing out that global energy consumption rebounded by 5% in 2021 and that the global primary energy consumption for 2021 is recorded at 176,431 terawatt hours, with the four main sources of power consumed by oil at 29%, coal at 24%, natural gas at 22%, and hydropower at 6%. While the region has a target to achieve a total 47% renewable energy by 2027, only 11.5% has been attained.
Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's latest car on sale. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Crown Athlete. It comes with Bluetooth mount rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo fog lamps, park camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $9.95 million. All pay as low as $1.99 million down, with around $170,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Roger, Queenstown, Lot 2 Lama Street, and tell them we sent you for this sweet deal.
It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can smash money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info.
Now for our Uncut News Field Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you fear it relates to us. On Friday, I asked, what should they do with the new and improved City Hall?
But before we get to that, I'd like to say a special thank you to our two paid supporters, Dion Nascimento and David Griffith. Thank you for your support, as it is what helps us bring you the news every evening.
Jerea says, having such an old architectural design for a major government building is a bit embarrassing. Internationally, Georgetown is Guyana's capital and its financial hub. An example of a city hall in a developed country's main city is something like the new Pegasus Corporate Center or even the Arthur Chung Convention Center. Its being a new landmark could suffice, or if more modern elements are added to display Guyana's growth as a nation, it could stay in use as a city hall. Jay Hiram says that it continued to function as a city hall. And finally, Willow Darrow says, well, it's called a city hall for a reason, and should continue to function as such. Why spend millions of dollars to refurbish it if you're not sure what to do with it after it's completed? Unless some of the big ones have ideas to refurbish, then hand off to friends and families. We just don't know, since anything is possible these days. Only time will tell. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the mayor's comments regarding the behavior of the central government? Do you think the central government is trying to embarrass them on purpose, or is City Hall just doing a good job doing that themselves? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bolford saying good night, folks.